Hey loving soul, do you keep wondering what you're doing wrong that's attracting a love life that you're less than pleased with? I know you're a go-getter and you're used to being able to solve problems, but this one has you stumped and feeling anxious and frustrated. You might even be in a place where you are pouring your energy into something else that feels easier, like your career, for instance. But there's a part of you that wants a relationship that brings you joy. Maybe you haven't been out with anyone for a while, or maybe you're in a relationship that you're not sure about, or maybe you're recovering after a breakup. Wherever you're at, if you're trying to work out where you're getting in your own way, then I've got you. If you're done with spending your precious time and energy on partners who bring you heartbreak, anxiety and stress, and you want a way out of the constant wondering why you aren't meeting the right partner, you are in the right place. Hi, I'm Remy, clinical hypnotherapist, EFT facilitator, NLP master practitioner, and your dedicated love upgrade coach. I went from being a codependent, anxious serial dater and marrier of the wrong men to being happily married with the warm, loving family household I could only dream of. I'm here to give you the blueprint you've been missing to understand and transform your blocks and limiting beliefs, connect with your inner wisdom, understand the power of energetics and my mastery, all so you can confidently attract the healthy, loving relationship you've always wanted and truly deserve. Let's expand your belief of what's possible for you. You deserve unshakable self-confidence and a relationship that feels right on every level. And it's your turn to attract it all. It's time to upgrade your subconscious and start some real life magic happening. So nestle on in and let's get to it. When we're not happy with the state of our love life, as go-getter, people-pleasing type A kind of women, we tend to try and take control and see what we can do to change the situation. Except we hit a wall, don't we? We don't know the answer. We think about it and we're like, we're generally nice people, we're kind, we're attractive. So we come to the conclusion that there is some unknown thing about us that is just plain wrong, in inverted commas. You might even find yourself wondering whether you're even meant to enjoy a loving relationship in life. Is it predestined in the stars that you are to remain single in this lifetime? Well, being single is totally great. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as the prospect fills you with joy. If it doesn't, well, we need to listen to our truth. It's your true self telling you very clearly that you want something else. So ask yourself, what do I really, truly want? And when your fearful ego chimes in, reminding you that it doesn't matter what you want, because it's probably not even possible, and dreaming only ends up in bitter disappointment, well, just lovingly thank that part of yourself for its opinion and gently escort it to the back of the bus so your true self can take its rightful place in the driving seat. Your true self knows that the limit on what is possible for you is only as high as you believe it is. The fact is, we've been brought up knowing pretty much nothing about our energy systems. We might have dabbled in something like acupuncture or Reiki, or we might get a sense that our day goes better when we're in a good mood. We might have had that experience when we've thought of someone and then your phone rings and it's them. Or maybe you've had a business idea and then you find out that very shortly afterwards, something like it pops up and you hear about it. And it seems like it's a coincidence, but actually it's far more than that. It's evidence of the law of attraction at work. And by the way, this is absolutely nothing to do with religion. It's as much to do with religion as enjoying Wi-Fi in your home is the same as studying, electronics. It's literally nothing to do with it. Yes, everything is energy, but the laws that are associated with religion are nothing to do with the nature of reality and the law of attraction. Now, the amazing thing is that even the way we're designed as humans, so our hardware and our operating systems, as it were, are designed so that we can live as co-creators of our reality when we use all of it in the right way. For instance, let's take our emotions and feelings, which are our navigation system, letting us know when we're stepping out of alignment and when we're living in integrity with our true self. If we ignore our emotions and feelings, well, our bodies start yelling at us too, and physical symptoms start showing up like headaches, muscle tension, dizziness, etc. Then we have the internal pharmacies in our bodies that thrive on the feel-good love hormones like serotonin, endorphin, oxytocin, and dopamine, whereas too much stress produces too much cortisol, which causes inflammation and a whole host of other sicknesses in our bodies. Neuroscience has even demonstrated that stress actually shuts down our creative abilities. We literally don't have full access to the parts of our brain that we need to be creative. Then we have our reticular activation system, which helps us filter out what we don't need and stay focused on what we want more of. We have imaginations and desires, which are the sparks that ignite our realities. Our thoughts become things. It's how everything man-made in our world ever started, from Disney World to Vegas, to the iPhone, to the concept even of an engagement ring. Because of our imagination, we've gone from being cavemen with sticks and fires to developing everything we have in this rich world around us today. It's truly amazing. When you consider all this together, it's truly mind-blowing. And the key to getting it all work for us literally comes down to just this: being willing to prioritize feeling good. That's it. Feeling good means that you are living in alignment with your truth. And in this place, we can access the creative part of our brains. And then we can have the new thoughts and ideas that we can take baby steps of aligned action towards, which makes those thoughts become things. And not only that, but when you take these baby steps, we are rewarded by the universe in such profound ways. Gifts literally fall in our lap that help us on our aligned journeys. Then we get things like synchronicities and fortuitous coincidences that boost us in ways we could never have predicted. As an example from my life, I said I wanted to travel. And a week later, an old friend announced in a bar we were all in that he was going traveling to Thailand. And then he asked if anyone wanted to join him. I said yes. And a few months later, guess what happened? I met a gorgeous Australian guy in Thailand, who was also the funniest, kindest, and most intelligent person I'd ever met. And now, here I am living 5 minutes from one of the world's most beautiful beaches with 2 gorgeous children with him. I could never have predicted that, but I did believe that this feeling of joy was coming to me and that my life would deliver wonderful things. I could taste the sweetness before I saw the cake, and the universe served up a whole frickin' dessert buffet. So why have I gone on this tangent? And what you are here for is to know what you're doing wrong when it comes to finding the right partner. Well, it's because you're asking the wrong question. That's why your brain is ruminating and looping. It's because the question doesn't make sense, so it can't come up with an answer. You're not doing anything wrong as such. The only question you need to be asking yourself is today, right now, am I making feeling good my number one priority? And if not, well, I better remember to do that until it becomes second nature. So what would it take right now to feel good? And when I say feeling good, that means being consciously holistic about all parts of ourselves, our mind, body, and soul. So this includes all parts of our life, every segment like health, fitness, friendships, family, relationships, wealth, fun, growth, purpose. Not to mention making sure the way we think about ourselves, our self-concept, is favourable to us and in alignment with our highest and best wishes for our life. Who do we see ourselves as? What story have we made about life and who we are and what's available to us and what we're meant for? How is our story limiting us in some way? How is our story serving us? It also means being aware of our capacity to receive. Like, for instance, how open are you to receiving compliments? And what's your reaction when someone shows interest in you? When was the last time you nurtured yourself and did something for yourself that felt wonderful? Not because you needed to, but because you wanted to. Hopefully you can accept and receive with ease, grace, and gratitude, because that's the feminine way. When we receive with awkwardness or heaviness, what we're really saying is two things. Number one, we are reinforcing this held belief that we're not good enough and we feel too ashamed to accept otherwise. And two, you're telling the other person, I don't think you've made a great choice by choosing to give that to me. I'm going to second guess your ability to make an informed decision and diminish your power, because if you actually had a clue about me, you wouldn't have done that. Sometimes I think we're brought up believing that being modest or being gracious is the way to go, when actually what you're doing is robbing the giver of the chance to feel really good about what they've done. Imagine you've gone to the trouble of choosing a gift for someone, wrapping it and then giving it to them. And then the person you're giving it to says, oh my goodness. Oh no, I couldn't. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, that's too much. Is it for me? Are you sure? Oh, it just makes you feel like you've done something wrong somehow. It's so yucky. Doesn't it just feel so much better if they would just turn around and say, oh my goodness, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Oh, I am so grateful. Thank you. How lovely of you. Doesn't that just feel so much better as the giver? And the same goes for compliments. If somebody says, oh, you look so lovely today, you just say, thanks, that's so nice of you. Instead of being like, oh, really? You think so? Oh, I got ready in 5 minutes. Oh, this outfit is so old. Whatever. Just there's such a difference there energetically. And what we are doing, I think, is taking on the other person's burden of worrying where they're coming from, when really all we have to do is just receive. That's it. Just say thank you. Luxuriate in this compliment that you've been given and allow yourself to feel good about it. Now, it's going to take practice to live this way. So as always, please give yourself compassion. Don't judge yourself. We all do the best we can with what we know at the time. And we're not taught that feeling good should be our number one priority. Most of the time, it's actually far from it. Many religions teach us that we are here in this life as sinners awaiting judgment. Or we come from an upbringing where we're told either directly or indirectly that life is hard. And if you're not hustling and living to work, then you should be ashamed. We live in a strange codependent society where feeling good is sometimes quite uncomfortable to admit, just in case we upset or offend someone else who isn't feeling good. Isn't it a relief to know that none of that is actually the case? Because we are here to create our desires and enter into challenges and struggles that make us grow and expand into the highest and best version of ourselves. And isn't it amazing that we have the power to notice what we're thinking and believing about ourselves and life in general, so that we can change it to better serve our highest and best wishes for our life? It's just all such a blessing. As if the miracle of being born wasn't enough, we have all this too. It's amazing. So for the rest of today and tomorrow, at the very least, just be hyper aware of how much you are prioritizing feeling good. And if you don't think you're able to feel good, it's an indication that you are not living in alignment and there's unconscious auto-programming going on that isn't serving you. But don't worry, we can get to the bottom of that and transform it. It's what I specialize in as a clinical hypnotherapist. You can get in touch via Instagram at loveupgradecoach or via email remy@herloveupgrade.com or book in via my website herloveupgrade.com. I'll put the links in the show notes. And by working one-on-one, we can quickly get to the bottom of all these unconscious beliefs and blocks that's stopping you from stepping into your highest and best life. It's a short and powerful one for you today, and I really hope it brings you closer to the love and life you're meant for. Until next time, take care. Bye. You should be so proud of this courageous, incredible journey you are on. And I'm so happy to be here supporting you to say goodbye to toxic relationships and claim the wonderful life and love you truly deserve. If you have a friend who you think needs to hear today's episode too, why not spread the love and share it with them? Sending you so much love in abundance. Until next time.